Hello everyone and welcome back to another Geoguessr tips and tricks. This is going to be a quick video because I'm warming up for a spicy one on Sunday. But I will be going over how to tell the different camera generations on Geoguessr. So there is Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, and Gen 4 cameras, and then you got some crap cam and then some low cam. And then there's Trekker. I will get to that in a bit. So I'm just gonna start off with some Gen 1. So, here is a road in New Zealand, I think, or it's Australia. I'm pretty sure it's New Zealand. This is Gen 1 camera. Gen 1 camera is, oh, hold on. I'll just do it like this then. Okay, so Gen 1 camera is very blurry. Very blurry, very bad camera. It's just awful. This camera can only be found in these countries, aka the US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand pretty much. All of the others that are on there are exceptionally rare. And then I'll go back to Gen 2, but then going to what could be Gen 3, could be Gen 4. I think it's Gen 3, I'm not sure. This one, the camera is a lot better. We don't see a halo in the sky, we don't see a massive blur, but we do still see a blur. The sun looks kind of weird, but pretty much everything's fine. And then you go to Generation 4 camera, which polishes up all of the colors better, and it just looks more high quality. Cause like from this to this, it is definitely a different season. Yeah, it is a different season, but it just looks different. It looks better. Just to remind y'all, whenever I hit 500 subscribers, I will do the biggest Geoguessr tips and tricks I've ever done over every single country in the world with hard to know facts. So let's get there. So on to this. This is called Crap Cam, and you can see this in a few kind of countries, mainly India, Cambodia, Ecuador, and Nigeria, and a few others, but mainly those. Yeah, it's just not good. It's just not good camera, but it's very cheap, so that's why they did it. Here we have a place in Italy, which could have Gen 1, but it's not always gonna have it. This is Generation 2 camera. You have a massive blur at the bottom, and you have a halo on the top, aka double blur. And Generation 2 can be found in these countries. So yeah, the easiest way to tell Gen 2 is looking for the bottom and the top blur, and also everything just looks more weird. Because then when you go to Gen 3, everything looks a lot better, but it looks practically like the same camera quality as Gen 2, except a bit less blurry. But that's about it, and it doesn't have the blurs. And then you go to Gen 4, and everything looks really polished. And it's also if you see 2024 copyright, it's mainly going to be Gen 4. Okay, so the last thing I'll show y'all is low cam. Low cam, the camera will be very big, and in Japan you'll see the front of it. But yeah, this is low cam. You see this in Japan, Liechtenstein, Switzerland, and Gen 4 Sri Lanka. Very easy to tell, and it's a dead giveaway, and it really helps for giving away Japan and like Switzerland compared to its neighbors. Anyways, moving on to Trekkers. Okay, then I compiled a few Trekker locations just to show you what a Trekker looks like pretty much. So like, if you have a Trekker location, you will not see a car, you will not see a car blur. You'll see just a blur that has a weird shape, maybe in the outline of a human, because a Trekker is someone who's walking around with a camera. And there's Trekkers in pretty much every country in the world, but there are some countries who are Trekker exclusive. Those are Costa Rica, Tanzania, Mali, Madagascar, Egypt, Belarus, Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Nepal, and Vanuatu. There might be one I'm forgetting, but I don't think I am. But most countries have trekkers. This one is actually in Costa Rica. And in Costa Rica, you just want to go somewhere in San Jose. And it's usually going to be in like parks or something. Like that one. Yeah, this is all another good way to tell if you're in a trekker. It'll just be in the middle of nowhere where you wouldn't expect a person to be able to get to. This one I actually don't really know where it is. I forgot where I put it. But yeah, it's not many people are gonna get stuff like this right. And then here's the Nepalese coverage. It's just Mount Everest. I'm gonna go by as fast because it's, yeah. So yeah, that is how you can tell camera generation throughout anything. Pretty much, because I'll do a little recap. Gen 1 is the really bad camera. Gen 2 is one where you have a big blur at the bottom and a big blur at the top. Gen 3 is basically just Gen 2 but without the Gen 2 blur. And Gen 4 is really good camera. Low cam is when it's really low to the ground. And crap cam is when it's massive blur but not as bad as camera as Gen 1. And then trekker is non-car. Anyways, bye.